What's going on, everybody? And yeah, breaking news. As you can see, WWE Superstars release. So I wanted to make this quick little live to talk about the fact that we got some WWE Superstars release. I don't know if the other guy, my thing coming through messing with Indy Hartwell. There we go. Messed up my mic for a minute. But anyway, yeah, as you can see from my background, we got Tegan Knox, Baron Corbin, and Indy Hartwell. They just been released from WWE. I don't know about Tegan Knox and Indy Hartwell, but I know Baron Corbin tweeted out or X, I don't know, whatever how you want to say it. He sent out a tweet thanking everybody for his support and that it's been real. I'm trying to find that. I think with Baron Corbin, it was said that he wasn't going to uh they wasn't going to renew his contract. And I'm trying to look up now to see if um the other two was released. I think, well, we know they was released, but I think it was a release and where on Tegan Knox and them's behalf, and then on Baron Corbin's part, he was told that he just wasn't gonna be renewed, his contract wasn't gonna be renewed. Which is quite upsetting to I think this is like what the second time now that Tegan Knox has been released from WWE, and I was really rooting for her. Like I really was. I was rooting for Tegan Knox. And it's crazy to sit here and be like, oh man, Tegan Knox is really not gonna is really released. Like she just gone. And I was actually going to save this live. I really was. I was gonna save this live for like I don't know. I was gonna save it to do Call of Duty. I took a break. I know SmackDown is currently on right now. That's probably why the other guys ain't gonna join. But I don't know. It's crazy to believe that WWE would do this. They were just using Indy Hartwell too. They really was. They were just using Indy Hartwell, and it's kind of messed up. They were just using her, and then now they released her. Baron Corbin wasn't getting really used at all. I mean, we haven't seen Baron Corbin like, excuse me, we haven't seen Baron Corbin like what, couple of weeks now. I think we have no, yeah, we haven't seen Baron Corbin like no a month, maybe a month and a half. If I remember correctly, he was in a backstage segment with uh with Apollo Crews. Which brings the question too: where did this leave Apollo Crews? Because Apollo Crews, if you guys think about it, Apollo Crews is now by himself too, just like Candice LeRae. Candice LeRae is by herself. Let me see. I'm trying to find it because everybody was just talking about it. Now I can't find Barry Corbin's tweet. I wanted to, at least read from his tweet or see. I think Fightful Select and then was saying that they confirmed that Barry Corbin was a release due to them not wanting to renew his contract, and then I think they did say that it was they would just release it Indy Hartwell and Tegan Knox. Um, I'm really am upset about Tegan Knox because she was my girl. I really liked her in in TNA and NXT. I really liked her in NXT, and I really liked her that she had like a Lady Kane gimmick that we never got to see. She's such a great talent, and for them not to use her properly and not give her a chance at all to shine through, and maybe it's because of the multiple injuries she had, because obviously she had what, two ACL tears that kept her from basically not being able to be used, and that's unfortunate. That's unfortunate. Then they released her, then brought her back only to release her again, which is very upsetting. That woman had a lot to give. um, and it's even more disappointing on Indy Hartwell, because Indy Hartwell was definitely in line to be like the follow up to Rhea, because they both from Australia. Um, Indy Hartwell really wanted to be that next Rhea. She wanted to be that next, champion. And I'm just like, that sucks. That sucks that you were just using them. Okay, here we go. K seats. WWE releases any Hartwell, Tegan Knox, Barry Curran also gone from company. It says, according to PW Insider, WWE is in the process of releasing several wrestlers from its roster of talent. Among the list of names on the list so far are Baron Corbin, Indy Hartwell, and Tegan Knox. Yeah, that's what he said. He said that's all she wrote, folks. And then he said it's been real, and I appreciate everyone who supports me or who supported me. So that was Baron Corbin's tweet. Um, it looked like it's going to be more. It said Hartwell and Knox have yet to react to the news publicly. Corbin has been missing from television recently, having last worked a match in August, although he did do it for a few dark matches in the meantime. Knox hasn't had even less TV time. Yeah, she has less. She has less TV time. Meanwhile, Hartwell is released just hours before she is set to appear in a match on the latest episode of Friday Night SmackDown, which was taped last week due to the company traveling to Saudi Arabia for its Crown Jewel event. It's unclear if any more releases are coming, but insider reports these three are the only names expected for today, at least. Then it says update. Firefall's Sean Rossap said is he's reporting that Corbin was given notice by WWE that he will not be re-signed following the expiration of his contract. Oh, here we go. We got Jeff. What's up, Jeff?
What up?
So I just got done. You probably heard a little bit, but I just got done reading that little. I interrupted you. My boy Say Beer said I interrupted him watching his Bay Chelsea Green. My fault. My fault. This is breaking news, though. We got people going from WWE. We gotta talk about it. That's what we do on this channel. We talk about it. But no, yeah, I just got done reading from like Fightful and them. They were just saying that how the update to this story was that Baron Corbin was informed that they wasn't re-signing him prior to his contract expiring.
Hmm.
So I'm just like, that's crazy. But I was giving my thoughts on how when it comes to Tegan Knox and Indy Hartwell, they were just using Indy Hartwell. Hell, she's about to have a match. Even though we know this SmackDown is pre-taped, she's having a match on this episode, and yet she didn't even know. Like, if you think about it, since they did this a week in advance, she would be gone the next week from WWE. Like, that's kind of crazy that she pre-taped a match to only be gone the next week. About the time that it aired, she was gone from the company. And they was using her. And that's like weird to be used to somebody, then be like, you know what? We have no need for you. Goodbye.
And the thing is with Tegan Knox. Remember when she was gone for a long period of time? I guess because she was like hurt or something, and then
Yeah,
she
yeah, yeah,
came
yeah,
back.
yeah.
Yeah, she came back, and then I was like, who is this? Who is this person? And then as they she came on TV more and more, I was like, oh, that's Tegan Knox. I'm like, where's she been? And then Chris told me, oh, she been hurt. I'm like, I never knew she was hurt. Like some of these stars, it's just like they're in the spotlight 1 minute, they get hurt, and then they come back and it's just like they fall off.
Right.
And with Tegan Knox, I think she fell off a little bit, and then they started to, push her some, and then all of a sudden now, oh, I'm gone.
Yeah,
I don't have a job. I don't have a job anymore.
that's crazy to me.
Look, same with Baron Corbin. You know how
Yeah.
Baron Corbin was doing the the lone wolf thing. He was doing great with that. He left and went on a hiatus for a minute. He came back with bald head. Then all of a sudden, they doing the
Corporate Corbin.
yeah, corporate Corbin. Then they did the poor, the broke Corbin.
What was
Then
bum ass Corbin?
yeah, and then they came back with the oh, he got the sports cars and the the, the hat and the vest and all that stuff, dressing like he got money, wearing the nice watches and all that stuff, and then all of a sudden, oh, he's down at NXT. He's a tag team partner with I
Apollo
can't
Crew.
yeah, Apollo Cruz, and
I,
that's another person that I think should be gone. Should have been
yeah,
gone
I
before
was
Baron Corbin.
surprised when I heard about this. We all just not hearing about this like an hour or so ago, and I'm just like, I'm surprised Apollo Crews didn't get wasn't on the list, but they did. They kind of hint that it might be more people. They're not sure it's gonna be more people. They only confirmed that for as of right now, it's just gonna be these three people, but they say it could be more. But I was surprised that it wasn't Apollo Crews. I'm like, you're not really using him. You. I mean, you used him a little bit more than you used Baron Corbin, but you really wasn't using him. You was using what you call Indy Hartwell, and we haven't
Yes, he
seen
just had
Tegan Knox on
it,
TV in a long
look
like in
Andy
forever.
Hartwell. Look, Andy Hartwell just had a match when it with Candice LeRae.
Right.
They
That's
had a
what I'm
tag
saying.
team match.
She have a match. She have a match for tonight's SmackDown, and yet she's not even technically she's not even with the company because that was a pre-tape SmackDown that happened last week.
Hey, little big man, just like Shay said that um that next we gonna see Candice LeRae gone.
She might be protected because of Johnny Gargano.
I don't know,
Unless
but
they get
hey,
unless they get rid of both Johnny Gargano and Candice LeRae, I don't see Candice LeRae going nowhere
hey,
because of
hey,
because Johnny
but you
Gargano
never
is one of
know.
Triple H's
But you
people.
never know this. You never know this is WWE. You never know
Yeah, yeah, you never know.
because because they let Maurice go and the Miz is still there,
Yeah, yeah, they did.
or they don't let two couples go. I mean, like you know, some people go that's in relationships and the other partner stays there.
Yeah,
So it's just like you never know what's
yeah,
gonna happen. And then there was rumors when they brought when TKO and WWE formed together. They did say that there was gonna be releases every 6 months.
true. Apollo
And
Crews is ridiculously underused guy, got crazy talent. what exactly does WWE require to be pushed or just on TV every week? You gotta fit within the story. I think that at least that's what it seems like. If you don't fit within the story they trying to tell, and you don't got no like you got little to no crowd reaction, they're not gonna put you on TV every week. You gotta really connect with the crowd, and you gotta be a part of that story or part of a story. And that's what it seemed like these three people suffer from. They didn't really have a story to be a part of, so they was barely
Well,
on TV.
Indy Hartwell had a story, but Tegan Knox, no. Her and Baron Corbin, no.
Eddie Hartwell had a story, but yeah, Tegan Knox and Barry Corbin didn't have
No.
none. And that's why Apollo Cruz is barely on TV because they really don't have a story for him. Like they had this little thing going on with him and was it Giovanni, but then Giovanni and him disappeared from TV.
Remember when they did Constable Corbin?
Hmm.
That gimmick was trash.
That's a booking problem, not a talent fault. Yeah, no, it's definitely a booking problem. You're correct about that. That's definitely a booking problem. Um, and I was thinking about that before I started this video. When like what when you look at this type of stuff, who fault is it? And it's like that's not really the talent's fault because all three of these people are talented people. Don't get me wrong. Andy Hartwell could have very well been future world champion if booked correctly. So is Baron Corbin. So was Tegan Knox. Not Tegan Knox, but Baron Corbin haven't really recovered. If you really want to look at it, he haven't really recovered since he had that failed cash in. He had all the momentum and push, but they chose him to be a failed cash in, and he quite never really came back from that. He really did. He quite never really
So
came back from that.
Baron Corbin really never came back after they did that broke boy Corbin gimmick.
Oh yeah,
Like
the bum ass
after that,
Corbin.
that was just like, come on, like I was like, I can't get behind him anymore. Like he go from being broke, what, how many months? Like 6 months, and then all of a sudden he got money. He goes on a hiatus. He comes back. Oh, I got money. I got I got all these luxury cars. I got all this stuff, and then you know, and he still don't win championships. Well,
Mm.
he won. Actually, he did. He won the NXT title, but that was it. And he didn't even have the NXT title for long,
Was it the NXT title or the NXT Tag Team Championships?
huh?
Was it the Tag Team Championships that he won or the NXT actual
It was
singles title?
actual. It was actually the single title.
Oh, okay.
No, 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 no. No, it was a tag title. It was a tag title.
Okay. That's what I thought. I thought it was I know he became tag champions. So basically, Corbin is another victim of the curse of McMahon. Yeah, he is. Baron Corbin on Baron Corbin's part, yeah. I can't really say Tegan Knox and Indy Hartwell. Well, Indy Hartwell, a little bit, but Vince was pretty much in and out of the company at that point about for Indy Hartwell. But for not really Tegan Knox because she did by the time she made it to the main roster, yeah,
He
I
was
don't
gone.
Vince McMahon wasn't even a factor no
Yeah,
more.
yeah. Vince McMahon was gone by the time Tegan Knox made it to the main roster.
So, but Corbin, yeah, Corbin is a victim of Vince McMahon's booking curse because, like I said, he would he hasn't really recovered since he was Mr. Money in the Bank when he won that Money in the Bank briefcase, and then they chose him to be a failed cash in. His character never really recovered from that. They kept trying to reboot and redo his character over and over, and it didn't really work until recently. And that was his recent NXT run. That was mostly Shawn Michaels. That was you can't really say that was Triple H. That was Shawn Michaels who actually put some belief into Corbin before he came back to the main roster. But he gets all this momentum, come back to the main roster, and find himself in the same position again, really not being used.
And that's
You know,
sad. He went on in NXT three separate times, and they used him good on NXT. But when he went to the main roster those three times, no. Like when he first came to the main roster, he did good, but after that, no.
yeah, I
B-
agree. I
bad
agree.
booking.
Bad booking. Yeah, and you're right, Sabir. Indy did he said Indy just brought up at the wrong time. That's why I say leave Trick in NXT as long as possible. Indy just lost in the shuffle. Should have kept her in NXT. Yeah, she really did. Like looking back, she just got lost in the shuffle. They really didn't have anything for her on the main roster. They brought her up and then didn't really do nothing with her. So now she got lost in the shuffle, and then she just couldn't really do anything like beyond that because Triple H wouldn't give her the time. Now Triple H, when it comes to him, Tegan Knox and Indy Hartwell are Triple H's downfalls right there. We can't blame Vince on Tegan Knox and Indy Hartwell. Triple H had two talented women and he barely didn't use them. And when he was using Tegan Knox, he was giving her pointless stories. That's why I said, that's why I always, that's, why we wanted this mid card championships to come sooner because we would have had something for these women to do. This stupid. What can we do with speed where this is on Twitter? Nobody ain't gonna go to watch Twitter to watch speed. These women needs to be on the main roster, showing why they deserve to be on the main roster. That's why we need these mid card titles. That's I don't know. It's tragic. Uh, This really is a tragic thing because you hate to see people lose their job, especially this close to the holidays. You got Thanksgiving in a couple of weeks, Christmas is right around the corner.
The
Then
New Year getting ready to come. It's
you
just
got the
like
New Year. Then it's like this is a bummer, and then it's even more of a bummer when you realize these people were just brought in. I mean, these people would let go because they know people about to be brought in. I mean, come on now. We're not stupid. We know pretty much like Jordan Grace, potentially her husband, and Joe Hendry, they all about to be brought in. But at the same time, I have concerns. Now I feel like with Jordan Grace and Joe Hendry, Triple H is gonna take care of them. I don't think he's gonna misuse them. But then you got Jordan Grace's husband who might not be used correctly.
her
And I
husband.
hear he's a talented person.
I'm trying to think
And
who her husband is.
I can't remember. I know he's a black guy, but I can't remember his
Oh,
name.
he's from TNA, right?
Yeah, they both from TNA.
Oh,
We
okay.
still had to get Tiffany and Yeah, thanks for bringing up Valkyria because I want to talk
Lyra
about her.
Valkyria.
Yeah, Lyra, because that's another person to
I
find
hope they don't
Lyra.
really. I hope they
Sad
don't release
about
her
the
because
things to do. Sad about
she's
the
great
past.
talent.
Hopefully, they find success in the Indies. Um, yeah. Lyra is another thing too. She was brought up to the main roster, but she has so much momentum and so much everything going right for her in NXT. She gets to the main roster and she really hasn't done anything significant since she's been there. She been like in she been in some tag teams with some storylines. She did have a nice little single storyline going on, but then she's back at NXT doing NXT stuff again.
But look at this. Look at this. They got Shayna Baszler still there. They got who else? Some of these other superstars female superstars has been there for a while. They're considered veterans now. They ain't doing nothing with them, but they still got them around. Like,
Right.
release them before you release the young talent.
That's what I'm saying. Like, you got some people that could have been released before these guys. And I know Saber did say that he don't think they should go to AEW, they should go to TNA. And I was like, yeah, and I do agree with that, Saber. TNA would
They,
use these three people better than AEW
yeah,
would.
if they go to TNA, they can still work with WWE regardless. So
Yeah, they can still work with WWE if they go to TNA. I wouldn't try to go if I was these three. I mean,
I
if Tony
wouldn't go
Khan
to
offered me
AEW.
the money, I'll go. I mean, you got to go
Nah,
if Tony Khan offer you the money, but I would choose TNA over
or
AEW
the Indies.
or the Indies because you could really make your name for yourself that way. But yeah, I just it sucks that these people lost their job. But yeah, like you said, Sibir, I hope they find success in the Indies or TNA. I really hope they don't go to AEW because I feel like they wouldn't be used properly in AEW.
Mm-hmm.
Um, but yeah, it sucks. It's a business too. I get that too. Don't get me wrong. I get it. It's a business. You gotta do business thing, and sometimes business ain't good.
It's a business first. What they say?
He said, "Bro, they had Indy in tonight's table." Yeah, that's why I was saying. I said it earlier. This sucks. I'm gonna get to you. Hey, say listen here, say beer. Listen, you could go watch the show. You could go watch the show. We about to end this anyway. This not gonna be a long video. We about to end this in the next 3 minutes. We about to give our final thoughts on this. This was only meant to be just a little video talking about the release. So
Yeah, just to put out a video because we need the content and we trying to keep our algorithm out there flowing around.
yeah, yeah. And right now, this is a topic worth talking about.
Plus, plus we got to get ready for tomorrow.
Yeah, we and there's so much to do tomorrow. I figure we're
Clash
gonna
of the
have
Ca-
time
I
tomorrow to
said
put
Clash
out
of the
this
Castle.
video.
I said Clash of the. I'm about to say Clash of the Castle. Crown Jewel.
Crown Jewel. Yeah, we it's so much to do tomorrow, so we could be able to watch Crown Jewel that we might
Sorry
not.
ass Crown Jewel.
We ain't gonna get a chance to probably cover this story. So I figure why not put it out right now while we got the time.
And
Yeah,
if
that's it.
and if,
That
and if
that's
folks
it.
are
Last
available
word.
tomorrow, um a watch along.
Yeah, I probably won't be able to. I probably won't be able to do it because I don't know if I'll be available by the time it comes on.
No.
But
I'm just saying anybody's available, we could
yeah,
you know every once in a
well,
while, y'all we do our watch alongs, but
I don't know. Tucker is more getting released tomorrow. They did hint to there's a possibility that more might get released, but they said as of right now, it was only confirmed that it was only going to be these three people for right now. That no more was getting released beyond these three people, but the inside reporters are saying that it could be more tomorrow, but they don't know for sure. They haven't nothing's been confirmed to them that there's going to be more releases tomorrow. It was only confirmed that these three people was the only people that was going to be released at the time. And remember, this just broke like an hour ago. So, oh yeah,
yeah.
trust me, we're gonna keep on pushing. He said I got Tony Apollo Cruz is next. I wouldn't be surprised if they do more releases. I wouldn't be surprised if Apollo Cruz is on there. I wouldn't be surprised if Omos on that. How did we get these three people before Omos? That's what I'm trying to figure out.
Omos. So rumors is Omos is he's They say he's like on the alumni list, but he's not released, but he's not on the roster. I
So
think he's like
he's not on the
so
roster, but he's not released.
so I think he's like taking he's he's taking a break from WWE because I know at one point he left. He got married. I think he got married and stuff. Wherever country he's from or whatever.
Mm.
He had got married or had a child or something like that. But and I think he was hurt at one point.
Send him and Omos to AEW. I mean, if they did, I mean, I don't know about Omos, but if they did release Apollo Crews, he'd be good in TNA as well. He'd be a good addition to TNA.
He'll be good in Indies.
He said Omos is literally the biggest disappointment of the ah yeah yeah.
No,
But
I wouldn't say.
I wouldn't say the biggest because it's been it's a lot worse than Omos. I mean, Omos is bad. Omos is bad, but there's a lot of people that could take that title of biggest disappointment. There's a lot of people we can sit here and name
Mm-hmm.
that could get that title. I don't know. Yeah, Omos is bad, but I don't know if that would get him the biggest disappointment of the
Right.
he's African, sir. I thought he was from Nigerian. I thought he's not. I thought he was
He
Nigerian.
is. He is.
Okay.
He is
First,
Nigerian.
Damian Sandow. Now I want to say he was a disappointment, but that was a big disappointment on WWE's part because he had so much momentum and so much behind him, and then they released him.
A
So
big
I would say
disappointment.
that's a big disappointment for WWE's sake.
A big disappointment. You remember Tucker? Otis
Oh
tag team
yeah,
partner.
yeah, yeah.
Tucker
Tough.
Tucker was a big disappointment for me.
Mm.
And now,
Yeah.
a little big man. And now he's retired from pro wrestling. He's a wrestling coach at his high school.
Okay. All right.
Yeah, he said he had to quit professional wrestling and get a real job to take care of his family, which I understand. Family first.
Oh yeah. What you say there? I missed this question. You said how the heck did Mi Chan survive the first wave of cuts? I don't think she did. I remember they let Mi Chan and
Keith
Keith
Lee.
Lee go, didn't they?
Yeah, they let them both go, and then she can't. They brought her back.
Yeah, they brought. She didn't. I don't think she did survive that cut. She got cut because I know she did. I can't remember if it was the first wave of cuts or anything, but I remember she did get cut, and then they brought her back. They just have, so she did really survive. She did get cut, and they just brought her back. But she's been a significant storyline since she made herself at least enough, good enough to where they wouldn't consider, get releasing her. You said, how can you not get Omos over? He said attracted with his size and skills. What skills? He was just a big man. Okay, it's okay. There's a difference between
A,
being a
a
big
bit.
man and then being Big Show. If you see what I'm trying to go with? Big Show was a big man that had skills and in-ring charisma and talent. Omos is just a big man like the great Khali. The great Khali was a big man, but he was one of the worst wrestlers ever, if you can even call him that. That's what Omos is. Omos is the great Khali. He did.
A
They were
better a
just
better
big.
version of Omar or the Great Khali. Well, the word.
Yeah, if you want to talk about big disappointments, the great Khali is one of them. That was the worst. The man was just big for no reason, and they just put the championship on him, and nobody wanted him to be champion. Like, where did this come from?
Hey, little big man. Only good move he had was was slapping you on the chest.
Right,
with his
that's
hand.
like and then like what with the colossal clutch or what did he do? Like squeeze your head and stuff. Like I mean, they
Yeah,
tried to get the Great Khali over. I mean, they got him over a little bit. Then he became the Punjabi Playboy. I'm like, oh my god, what the hell?
there's a lot of superstars that you can say was.
Nation domination, the new nation of domination. That was I think well, I think the Hurt Business. So one of them was supposed to be there was going it was rumors that they was gonna start a new nation of domination with one of them, with one of those groups, but then they changed it. But one of those groups was supposed to be the new nation of domination. I think they was gonna start a new one with Bobby Lashley or was it Bobby Lashley and the Street Profits?
Yeah, with the Street Profits. Yeah,
Yeah, it was rumors that they was gonna become the new nation of domination, but then they ended up just being called the Pride. Let's see.
shitty
As
ass
a big
name.
man, he did well. I didn't see Omos do bad things, and Great Khali just couldn't do squat. Yeah, Great Khali couldn't do squat, but Omos. I mean, okay, you said you saw him do well as a big man. What did he do well? Because he was like to me, and what to me, Jeff, everybody in the Wrestling Pit crew, nobody thought Omos was good. Everybody
I
had the
like
same thing that Omos was trash. If
to
you
be
can see
honest.
Jeff right now, he probably got the trash can and said, "Put him in the trash."
Look. To be honest, I ain't gonna say Omos was garbage, but he wasn't the greatest.
Yeah, yeah, you're right. He might not be garbage, but he just wasn't the greatest.
I can name. He just like to be honest, if I had to compare him, nah, I ain't comparing him to him. But he's the like Obafemi is better than Omos. Yeah,
Oh yeah,
and
by leaps and bounds. Omafemi is way better as a big man than Omar, and he got charisma. He got everything. He get. Do you see how people be behind him when he do his entrance?
he's getting ready to go to the main. He's getting ready to go to the main roster.
Yeah, yeah, and there's tossing him coming to the main roster. So I, you know what, Sutton Benjamin and Swerve match was good. Yeah, I heard that match with Swerve Strickland and Sutton Benjamin was good, and I'm glad. Sutton Benjamin deserves it. That man could wrestle. That man could put on the show.
Uh,
I hate that they didn't really use the WWE didn't really use him like that. The best time he had in WWE besides that whole team angle was the Hurt Business. Both of his best runs was a part of factions, which is
I
bad
didn't
because
really
he
care.
did good as a single spec competitor.
I didn't really care about Sheldon Benjamin. I didn't watch him enough.
Omos was getting trash.
Only time I really
He was
watched him
booking.
was
They
when he
made him
came back and he was
since
in the Hurt Business.
and brought after that, what can you do with him? I mean, true. That is another thing too. You also
With
mentioned
who?
he said Omos was not trash, horrible booking. They fed him to Seth and Brock Lesnar. So what after that, what can you do with him? Wasn't his fault. And I'm saying that's true. I mean, it's that you get fed to Brock Lesnar and Seth Rollins. That's kind of hard to come back from. It really is.
That's true.
That's true. But yeah, we're gonna get out of here. Uh, kind of a little bit went over, kind of talked about stuff, but again, it's tragic that these three people lost their positions and their jobs at WWE. But hopefully, prayers they find great work in TNA. Hopefully, they go to TNA because all three will be used way better in TNA than they are
Well,
and what they would be in AEW.
with Baron Corbin, he does his YouTube thing. He does his cooking, so he has another way of supporting himself. And I know some probably the other ones do too, but Baron Corbin is big with the YouTube thing, doing his cooking and all that. So I hope to see him, succeed in that. You know,
Mm-hmm.
if he don't get back in the ring, open up a open up a restaurant or something and do something with cooking. Because that's what he loves to do when he's not in the ring.
Yeah. Well, that's all we got. A quick little live talking about the recent dirty releases. Hopefully, as reported, it won't be no more. It was just these three people, but who knows what tomorrow would bring? If tomorrow does bring some more releases, hey, I'll be back with another video talking about some releases. Uh, but yeah, I'm the Tegan Knox really hit me because I wanted her to succeed so badly, and I just could not get my
Shabir, Shabir and Corbin hit me too. Like,
And don't get me wrong,
what
Indy Hartwell hit me as well because it was just they just used her, and even though technically that was last week that they filmed for this week, but they just used her, and now she's gone, so that's kind of sucks. And then kind of if they don't release Candice LeRae, that kind of sucks for her because where does she go from here? And you're right, Sabier. The best match was against Shawn Michaels in that Gold Rush tournament. That was good. That was good. Oh no, man! I gotta go. This was just a quick video. We gave you our opinions on the release. Oh, we this wasn't an official legit video. But we might be back tomorrow for Crown Jewel. If we do, we might have to fit both the SmackDown and Crown Jewel review in one video. So I don't know because we might do both. We might just do Crown Jewel. Who knows? Depends. I got to go catch the rest. I got a DVR, so I'm gonna go catch the rest of what I missed from SmackDown because I'm doing this video. But I did want to bring y'all this video. I would pay for this treachery. All right, I probably will. But no, shouts out to Chris, Shane, Hector, everybody.
Hector
You know,
kicking it
who
with
took
Leo?
kicking it with Leo. I know they probably was watching SmackDown and whatnot. You know, so it is. But shout out to them guys, part of the rest of the pit crew. Um, but before we go, get over and subscribe to the Rest of the Pit podcast. You know that, right? Y'all, you
You know
guys,
the deal.
you know the deal. I tell it to you every time. You know the deal. You go there to the Rest of the Pit podcast and hit that like, subscribe, share, hit that notification button, do all those great things because when we get to 500 subscribers, there may be a pot of gold at the end of the rainbow.
Mm-hmm.
We don't know what that pot of gold is, but it's gonna be something. It's gonna be something. But now that if you have done all that, get over to Jeff Wrestling 23, get him to 500 subscribers. Get him to 100. Yeah. Get him to 500. Forget 100. Get him to 500 subscribers. Go there, hit that like, subscribe, share, hit that notification button for him. Get him to 500. And as for me, Little Bit Man Gaming, as you see, go there and subscribe to my channel, Little Bit Man Gaming. Get me to 10,000 subscribers. I'm already at 1,000 something subscribers. I want to get to 10,000. I'm shooting for the stars, baby. I want 10,000 subscribers. I need you guys' help to do so. But to do
Reach
that,
for the sky.
you need you need to hit that like, subscribe, share, hit that notification button, do all those great things for us. We appreciate it. Get over there to Shay's channel, Know the Rules, where she do football and wrestling videos. So hit that like, subscribe, share, hit that notification button for her as well. Let's get her to 500 subscribers.
Don't forget about our boy Chris
Oh,
Wrestling Views.
oh yeah, you can't forget about Chris Wrestling Views.
He's trying to
That
get
man
his first. He's trying to get his first YouTube plaque.
Yes, yes, sir. And he
And
needs you
then
guys' help.
and then one of our new members of the group, kicking in with Leo. Go subscribe to that man. He's doing great things on his channel. Go subscribe.
Subscribe to both of those guys. Remember, that's Chris Wrestling Views and
And kicking
Kicking
in
It.
with Leo.
Get over there to those guys' channel, hit that like, subscribe, share, hit that notification button So these guys can get more subscribers. We could get that YouTube platform for Chris, and we could get Leo up there as well.
You won't be disappointed in anybody's channel, especially Wrestling Pit Podcast.
Especially Recipe Podcast. Everybody channel got something for everybody, but make sure that Rest the Pit Podcast subscribe button get hit first. With that being said, you know how we do. Rest of the Pit Podcast, baby.
Baby.
Yes, sir. And we out.
And we're out.